The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD
There we go.
is now or almost soon coming to the Wii U. Now, Twilight Princess, in many ways, is like the ugly stepson or sister or whatever of the Zelda franchise. Everybody hates it.
I
loved it. I think Twilight Princess is great. I think it is the spiritual sequel to Ocarina of Time. It's like the adult Zelda game everybody wanted, and then everyone got it and was like, "What's this? I hate it. It's rubbish."
I do understand because it's kind of a weird shift because it's just a bit. It is a bit odd, isn't it? It's a bit weird.
Some. I mean, those are the wolf when you become a wolf for
exactly.
a while. That's
where's
strange.
that come from? You know, like
that's why I like it.
Yeah.
It manages to keep all the themes from Ocarina of Time. You know, the more mature. Not mature is the wrong word, but just it feels like it's aimed at an older audience while adding all its own stuff in. So you're like, oh, nice. It doesn't feel too much like Ocarina of Time, but there is still enough sort of emotion running across from it that I can kind of pretend it's a spiritual sequel or something. And I like that. And I think it's an unloved Zelda game, and I'm happy that Nintendo have brought it back to try and, teach people that they shouldn't shit on it as much as they do.
Yeah, me too.
Because Wind Waker is great. There's no two ways about that, and I'm glad that got juiced up and everyone can go back and see that. But I think if you've only played Wind Waker, for example, so you got the Wii U's your first ever console, and you got the Wind Waker. Wow, that was amazing. So you're into the Zelda franchise. If you then play Twilight Princess, you'd be, wow, I'm so amazed. They took all these characters and all these ideas, but they presented it to me in such a different way. You'd be like, Zelda, what a great game. Maybe it's the best franchise ever made. And I'd be like, you're damn right it is.
But I think that's why people didn't like it, because it's not your dad's Zelda game. It's not. It's very much like you say a Zelda game, but it's so different.
That's why I like it though.
Yeah.
I think the wolf is the thing that people didn't seem to like. But all that really does is open a doorway to go, well, here's a different way to experience this game, so you don't get too bored just running around as Link. And it also, when it gets to some of the puzzles, it goes, right, well, we're going to try and intersperse the two now so you can jump around. We're going to make you use your brain. And it does have some of the best dungeons. Like the last, say, 3 dungeons in that game are really good. They're really well thought out. They really sort of challenge your brain. Some great puzzles, great bosses, great use of weapons. And you're like, wait a minute, this is the game that everybody ragged on. In terms of the whole technology upgrade, whatever you want to call it, it's not the greatest one you've ever seen. Simply because, this was a Wii game. This was a GameCube game. These are really old consoles.
Yeah.
So when you look at character models, they do look a bit like melting clay. Everybody's face looks like something terrible has happened to the world and they're slowly dying. So you have to get your head around that. But there's only so much talking you have to do. I mean, there's quite a lot of talking, but that's not the whole game. So it lives up to the fact, it's HD and all the frames and all that kind of stuff. So you're not going to sit there and go, I cannot play this on my HD TV, because it's had all the stuff done to it. But I think because the core engine is so old, don't expect to sit down, because the problem is, again, if you're used to the Wind Waker being rezzed up, the Wind Waker's art style, did all the work for it.
Yeah.
Whereas this isn't necessarily a realistic looking Zelda game, but it's much more of that ilk than the Wind Waker. So any work you're going to try and do to make it look super nice is going to be hard. And if you really want to get pernickety, there's a lot of blocky textures and stuff like that. Simply because when they were made, they were blocky textures.
Yeah.
But everything's been smoothed out. It runs well. I think the good thing about remastering Twilight Princess is that people either get to replay Twilight Princess or experience Twilight Princess for the first time. I don't think anyone should be like, well, I want to see how good it looks. Well, you kind of already know. Just imagine what you'd expect it to look like on your Wii U without the sheen of, say, a game that's specifically been made for it. And that's Twilight Princess. I think it's really, really good, and I think it gets a bad rap.
It does. There are much worse games.
Go on, name
Phantom Hourglass. It was a load of shit.
Yeah, Phantom Hourglass.
The dungeons in that. You're talking about dungeons. Dungeons in Phantom Hourglass are fucking rubbish.
Yeah, did you like Spirit Tracks?
No.
Same game, but one had a train. Phantom Hourglass was better than Spirit Tracks. At least that's only because Phantom Hourglass came first, though. And then Spirit Tracks came out. I was like, what? This is the same game. You put a rail track in it. That sucks. Okay, it is a quintessential Zelda game. It doesn't do anything differently to what you'd expect it to do. But that's why I like it. And I think coming out now, considering that Nintendo is still screwing us over on a proper new Zelda game, I think that Twilight Princess is a great game for... even if you've played it before and you think, I didn't like this, I would suggest going back and giving it another go. Because I think enough time has passed that you'll be like, you know what? This is better than I remember.
Is it because when I played it, I was using the Wii U...
Yeah, the waggle
thing. Is it? And I would guess that it's better playing it without that, because I always hated that. I played
it with the waggle, and even playing it with that big dinner tray, I think you want to play it with the Pro Controller, really. But even playing it with the dinner tray, which is the gamepad, by the way, people are going, what the hell is the dinner tray? Yeah, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
And it just, because they've tidied up the frame rate and stuff, it plays a lot better as well, so you don't have to worry about any of that old stuff. It's just nice to have it back, really. It's a shame that it feels like it's kind of been placed here just so we all forget about new Zelda. But look, if I'm going to get some kind of Zelda, I'd rather get something than nothing. So, yeah, look, I like it, you like it.
Yeah, there you go.
Hopefully people listening to this like it. If they don't, well, that's life, isn't it?
Fuck
Nothing
you.
you can do. Fuck you. There you go. Done.